She's coming too. Can you hear me, Samus? Vital signs are stable. Welcome back, Samus. You've been asleep for quite some time. A month, to be exact. We feared we'd lost you. Thanks to your great work, Norian is now safe. At the end of the battle, we found you and the other hunters all unconscious. Our medical examinations then yielded surprising results. Your bodies are now, somehow, self-generating phazon. What's even stranger is that there are no negative effects to your health. This led us to investigate if we could make effective use of this phazon. During the invasion on Norian, you must have noticed some powerful troopers in new suits. We integrated this same phazon enhancement device into your armor while repairing your damaged bodysuit. Troopers wearing this device have phazon pumped to their weapons from an external backpack. This gives them an extra boost in firepower. But in your case, think about it. With this phazon coursing through your body, you can fuel the PED using your own internal energy. Pretty effective, don't you think? Why don't you try the PED now? Seal the room. Initiate PED program.
Recharging energy reserves.
Alright, hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 3. In the last episode, we got the cannon back online. We saved Norian.
You must have noticed during this test
And the Galactic
hypermode
Federation.
possesses devastating power.
And Dark Samus showed up right at the end and kind of screwed things up, and apparently put Samus out of commission for a full month. So, getting back into things, we have ourselves a new suit, and yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Over the past month, we've learned the hard way just how powerful our enemies are. To deal with them, you'll need the firepower of the PED suit. Make good use of it. Now that you are familiar with the workings of the PED device, the Aurora Unit 242 would like to meet with you. There are many pressing matters to discuss. The AU chamber is located just off the command bridge. You'd better get going. Good luck. Oh, and one more thing. After 25 seconds, the safety feature automatically ends hypermode. You'll have to keep paying attention.
So, we have ourselves a new suit in the form of the PED suit. It's a really interesting change of pace for what the suits usually do in the Prime series and really otherwise. Because now we have this special ability to go into hyper mode, but it costs us, an energy tank to do so. Hyper mode does have really great firepower. It will break through enemy shields and other such things. It will just tear through a lot of stuff. As such, a lot of the stuff has some pretty heavy armor that is difficult to break without using, hyper mode. So we'll talk about some of that stuff more when it actually comes up, but the game expects you to use hyper mode. Like, it's not something that I have done, but it would be pretty difficult to beat the game, without using hyper mode all that much. There are a few situations where the game forces you to use it, so it's not like you can't use it at all. But it is very useful, so it's in your best interest to actually make use of it. So we have some lore entries here. This is the one on phazon. Phazon is a substance of extragalactic origin. It is a highly radioactive ore with extreme mutagenic properties. It has certain biological qualities, including the ability to reproduce itself. Exposure to phazon often affects the brains of sentient beings, causing erratic, destructive behavior. It is also a potent source of energy, surpassing even fuel gel in pure output potential. it must be handled carefully as it can cause phazon sickness if used incorrectly. And this one on phazon enhancement devices. The phazon enhancement device is designed to harness the energy of phazon minerals, originally discovered on Ether for a new Federation weapon system. It is being tested by a GF Marine battalion stationed in the Norian system. Marines can initiate an energy siphon from a supply of phazon carried in a backpack to their armor suits. This allows them to temporarily enhance the exoskeletal and weapons systems of their armor suits. To date, no Marines have displayed signs of phazon sickness. So our, PED suit is kind of similar to that, but instead of, wearing it in a backpack, we have to use one of our energy tanks in order to activate the PED abilities. So there are some panels here that you can destroy only with phazon. They're not really worth destroying though. The game does give you some ultra energies here, if you want to use that, but you don't really need to. There is a PED trooper here. If you missed the scan that you saw after the cutscene, you can get the scan again here. So this door actually, once we ride the elevator, will put us right near the save room next to the command bridge. So you can see it flash up there on the minimap for a brief moment. So, as always, going to stop in and save. And you have to say the PED looks pretty sleek as far as suit design goes. The shoulder pads are a lot smaller than some of the other suits that Samus has, so kind of helps give it that, kind of smaller, more streamlined look. So, our objective here is to talk with the Aurora unit.
Samus, you made it. Glad to hear you're feeling better. You've been cleared to enter the AU chamber. Please proceed through these doors and up the lift. The Aurora unit is expecting you.
So yeah, last time we talked to the Aurora unit, it was just a hologram in the briefing room, but this time we are actually going directly to where the Aurora unit is housed. So this is a cool little detail that I haven't pointed out yet, but you can actually see Samus's eyes in the scan visor kind of reflected a little bit, so that's pretty neat. So inside here, you can scan the tank, but we can't see anything in it, at least for right now. So we've got a bunch of panels here that we can use to interact. Luckily for us, there's one giant button that we just need to press, and that does everything that we needed to.
Welcome, Samus Aran. Let us begin. Time is most critical. During the attempted pirate invasion of Norian, it was confirmed that 2 nearby planets were similarly attacked. These planets are named Brio and Elysia. These Leviathans have impacted and embedded themselves deep into each planet, spreading a virulent phazon carried inside their bodies. The Leviathans must be destroyed. 2 weeks ago, we dispatched Runtus to Brio, Gore to Elysia, while Gandreda was sent to locate the space pirate stronghold. Like you, they were outfitted with PED devices in order to confront this new threat. We lost contact with all of them 7 days ago, and fear the worst. In their absence, we need you to travel to these planets and finish their missions. The closest planet is Brio. This will be your first objective. Please be on the lookout for any clues that might help us understand what happened to Runtus and the other hunters. Good luck.
So now that we have successfully fended off the attack from the space pirates on Norian and the Galactic Federation Armada. We're getting our proper long-term mission for this game, which is going to be destroying the Leviathans that have crashed into these other planets. And the game even gives you a good luck, you know. Wishes you good luck. Good luck.
Samus, the fleet is now moving to the rendezvous location. You will no longer be able to dock with us from this point
Okay,
forward.
so there aren't any upgrades that you can miss on the GFS Olympus. The two that you get on there are required to progress or are in a tube that you can't get around. So there's nothing to miss in terms of upgrades there. I think there are some scans that you might not be able to get once you leave. So basically you just can't come back after this point to the Olympus.
Rest assured, we will keep communication lines open and supply you with information when necessary. Good luck on Brio.
So our first destination is Brio. So we don't have much else to do in our ship at the moment. So we get to look at the planetary map here. So there's Norian, there's Brio, and there's Elysia. So once you zoom in, it will give you a closer zoom of the planet's surface, and here's where you'll actually be able to choose where to land your ship. Oh, sorry, it's the galaxy map. I guess this would be a planetary map, you know, since it's a map of the planet. Amazing how that works. So Norian you will be able to return to, of course, because there's that one missile expansion right near the landing site that we first landed at that we couldn't get. So, plus there are other areas that we haven't explored. So, we will be returning eventually. But for now, our travels will be taking us to a new planet. So that there is the Leviathan, and it looks, similar to the one that was launched at Norian, but this one already has a shield around it, which is troublesome for us. So welcome to Brio. The skyline looks pretty cool. So actually not clear how far away that is. Like I'm sure you could probably figure it out using some of the landscapes and stuff, but it looks like it's almost chained down to the planet, even though the planet should have gravity and be pulling it down anyways. But regardless of how that would actually work in the scope of gravity and physics, it looks cool. So, the music here is actually... I don't want to say it's bad, because I do like it. I think some of the other music in the game is a little bit... I couldn't get the scan for those.
Samus, the Leviathan seed is protected by an energy shield.
But, I mean, it's still good, but... not one of my favorite tracks in the game, I guess is what I would say. So, guess what? I'm trying to scan stuff and communication.
You will not be able to reach it with that barrier active. We need more data to determine how the shield can be disabled.
So, looks like we're gonna have to do some recon.
You are near the wreckage of a downed Federation vessel. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to access information concerning the seed. Prepare to receive the ship's coordinates now.
Alright, we've got a bush. We've got a thing. It's a pillar ruin. So, none of this stuff is required. This, however, I believe is. This is a mature cache plant. Can only be destroyed by heavy beams and explosives. Or not. Guess that did not give me a full logbook entry. So, nothing left to do here. So the doors do look different, which I think is a cool touch, because the last time that we were, we were on Norian, it was another Galactic Federation designed area, in terms of the base, obviously, is their design. So I like the fact that the doors here are different because, they were made by a different group of people. Which, they're not humans. The Brionians are not. They're a different species. Bioform appears to have been engaged in combat at the time of being frozen. So, we have some new enemies here. These are Gragnolls. They're kind of like the war wasps in this game. Lack of exoskeleton makes it agile but weak to most weapons. So Gragnolls are vulnerable to most weapons as they have not developed the durable exoskeleton found in adult members of the species. They often travel and attack in groups. If they sense a nearby threat to their hives, they will not hesitate to advance. Their offensive capabilities are underdeveloped, leaving the ability to fire pulses of phazon energy as their only form of attack. So, basically just have to shoot them. They're a bit small, so can be a little challenging to hit them sometimes. But that aside, Galactic Federation database accessed, and we've got a bridge that's also kind of definitely traces that indicate that Murundus may have been here. So got some more crates, small brio coffers. So these just hold items. And then there are larger ones, of course, as well. So I'm actually thinking, since there isn't really a good place to save coming up kind of in the near future, I'm gonna head back to the ship and save for now, mostly because I want to stop recording for now. Plus, like, if I try to go on, and do more at this point, I would either have to come back to save, or the episode might end up being pretty long. So rather than do that, I'm gonna head back to the ship and just save now, and then what I'll do is in the next episode I'll just meet you right before this door. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 3. I've been redxparasite, signing out.